TitleMatchNetwork.com.
There's a lot of interest in Bruiser Brody. How would you describe him as a
Best
man?
big man in the business.
Yeah.
Humongous physical specimen, big, huge legs, big, strong, very intelligent, but also a bully. And if he could bully people, he would bully them around. And he always carried that chain with him. You know, and that's actually how the deal worked out in Puerto Rico, because everybody knew Brody and everybody knew he was an imposing guy and always had that chain, so the self-defense aspect worked in. But it's a shame, and I've never worked Puerto Rico before or since that ever happened. I don't think I ever will.
Brody?
Yeah, Brody taught me an awful lot, because I went from Dallas to New York for a short time, and Vince Sr., the old man, kind of took a shine to me. And he said, you know, you need to learn the business. You need to get out of here instead of doing jobs for guys like Jose Estrada and Johnny Rods, stuff like those boys. And so they sent me to Hawaii, where I worked for Peter Maivia over in Hawaii. I came back after like 6 or 8 months, where I met Haku, one of my best friends in the business, Ming. I came back, still had not a clue about the business, you know. And I said, well, go to Georgia. And I went to Georgia Championship Wrestling. And I was still Big Jim Duggan, you know, with a long gold bathrobe and red and black trunks, clean shaven and short hair. And then when the Ole Anderson and Charlotte people took over the Georgia, you know, Ole Anderson came in. I didn't click with Ole too well. So I went to work for Fuller's in Pensacola, Florida. And I was down there, and Buck Robley and Brody had left Atlanta, and they went to San Antonio. And San Antonio was on fire. And I was down in Pensacola, and Brody kept calling me. He says he needed some big guy to work with. And so that's when I moved to San Antonio and started growing my hair and beard and became Hacksaw. And my first night in, I worked for Paul Bosch, God bless him, the last of the great payoff men. And he paid me $1,000 cash my first night after I had a $500 a week guarantee down in Pensacola. And I came into San Antonio, and we did a show at Houston. And Paul Bosch gave me $1,000. I got my envelope. I went in the bathroom. You know, opened it. All right! Yeah, great times. Sure, yeah. Angelo Mosca, matter of fact. I broke in Texas with Fritz. And then the Toronto Argonauts picked me up. I went up to Toronto. I played with the Argos there for a short time because they had a limit on the Americans that can play. It's only like 15 Americans. So most of them are skilled positions, receivers, quarterbacks, stuff like that. A few linemen. So after about a few months up there, they released me. I went back to New York, and I was living in Glens Falls, and Arnie Stolen brought me to a show in the Glens Falls Arena, and they kind of liked me, and Arnie liked me, and brought me down to TV, and they used me, guys with Slaughter, Patera, Hogan. Because I was a big guy back then, size has changed recently, back then 6'3", 280 was big. Now you gotta be 6'5", 300 to be considered big. But I was a big guy, then I went down and did some work down there. They ran a show in Glens Falls, brought me down. I worked with Moose Morawski, and boom, Arnie liked me, like I said, and brought me down to the TVs.
What was it like going?
Angelo Mosca, there, I'm glad we tied back to that, brother. Angelo Mosca's the guy that kind of stretched me. When I was first breaking it, I didn't realize, because I was a stiff, I didn't realize, and the guy actually took advantage of me.
Okay. What was it like going to work for WWE?
I think he's dead now.
TitleMatchNetwork.com.